Hello everyone, this is Jay and I am from Simply Put, and today I'm going to do a video in my house, no shame. I just moved here a year and a half ago, moved into this house and felt like, wow, I could expand, I had so much space, and this is after a year and a half, so don't be ashamed if you kind of over expand yourself a bit. You know, I was still deciding the things that I was going to use and thought I was going to do, of which is the craft closet. So here's the fire that I need to put out. This laundry room activity in here. And I also do home cleaning as part of my packages. And in my personal life, I'm a big, huge scrapbooker, card maker. I'm a paper nerd. So this is all of my craft in this closet. That's my front door. I'm assuming that this was meant to be a coat closet, but I don't utilize a coat closet, especially living in Florida. We don't have many coats here. We don't have a real winter season like we did back home in Pennsylvania. And so the heaviest coat we really have here is like a really heavy sweat jacket. So my kids each have one of those. I ditched everything else, sold it, gave it away Goodwill for somebody else to use it. And they're still growing, so they're going to need a new jacket probably next year anyway. I kept one winter set. I did keep a winter jacket, snow pants, and 2 pairs of boots, 2 sets of gloves, hats, scarves, and then everything else I got rid of because if I'm going to use them, it's only going to be to visit, and it's not going to be that long. I probably don't even need 2. So I don't really need coat closet. The other thing I thought this probably was good for was a linen closet. I don't use linen closets either. All of my towels, washcloths, and hand towels get housed in their bathroom and my bathroom. So I make sure I have space for that, and it keeps things neat and tidy, and I really don't need all of this. Each child has 2 sets of sheets, 2 comforter sets, and so one is stored in their closet while one is on their bed. So when that is washing, the bed is made, it's rotated, and it's kept fresh. I do store them in a plastic bin, either under their beds so that they know where they're at. The older boy, it goes up on the top shelf of his closet in his bedroom. So I really have no need for a linen closet. My other thought was to expand my pantry because behind that wall is sort of a pantry, but then that would leave me coming out of the kitchen into here, and I wouldn't do that. So I decided this closet needs to be to house my cleaning supplies, my vacuum, bucket, dustpan. I actually have 2 vacuums for my business, and I would like to keep 2 wet kits because some time I might not have time to refill the 1 wet kit, and then I could just have an extra to go and do that later. So I'm thinking, even though the shelving system in here is great, I may take these down. These boys' things I decided can go in their bedrooms. I put hanging things in their closet for their book bags, and their shoes I put shelves in there, shelves that I used in other places of the house that I don't use anymore, so I didn't have to purchase anything. My goal is not to purchase much more of anything. If I don't have to, right? We don't want to spend money if we don't have to. Up here is my first child, who is 23. This is all of his art stuff. Don't know why I'm keeping it. So his next visit to us, I'm going to say, hey, let's spend some time together and go through that, decide what you really like. I'll put it in a nice scrapbook for you, and everything else that you don't care about, we can get rid of. So it's actually this thing here. It's an expandable file. It's actually for pictures. And this box. In here are my lamps that I take to retreat for scrapbooking. Haven't been to one in probably 7 years. But I will still hold on to that because I don't want to have to replace it. This picture can go. This is face painting supplies. I used to face paint and didn't really do anything actively with it as a job. And I will probably just keep a couple little, I kept this little Swiffer container, so I'll probably just keep, you know, some basic colors for Halloween. Otherwise, the rest of it can go. I'm not face painting. This, I got excited. I bought an easel and watercolor paper, and like this stuff is brand new. Paint well that I did use for face painting, and thought I was going to do some painting, and I'm probably not going to do it. So as hard as it is to say I spent that money on it, I might just package it up and sell it online. These are a thorn in my side, even as a scrapbooker. These are all the negatives to my pictures. I don't even know what's on them. I don't even know if I'm going to miss them, actually. Like, these are the things you ask yourself, you know, especially with something like that, because that is very sensitive to me personally. I love my pictures, and so would I like to go back and look at that? So I'm going to find a company who is going to put all of that on CDs for me, so I can keep it in a nice little small box, and or maybe a thumb drive would be even better, and I know that I have it, and when I have time and can flip through it, decide if I want to print those pictures even. And then, you know, a little thumb drive is probably this long, and I probably need maybe 2, 3 of them, and these can go. Same with these. Now these pictures are very old, very old. These are actually my husband's family, and I spent an entire scrapbooking retreat, scrapbooking an entire box that was probably this size, if you could see. It's pretty big, of people I didn't know, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved their outfits and the time periods that you got to go through. I think they went from like 1930 something to into the 70s. So I really enjoyed doing that project, even though they weren't people that I knew. Fortunately, they had in light pencil the years on them, and so I could kind of chronologically figure it out, and did it, and hopefully it means something to my husband and my family. I don't know, but my kids will have it to look back on. So these are just leftovers and duplicates. Now I will keep those because I keep all of the pictures that I don't use in my scrapbooks that are semi-duplicated for my kids, because they do have some school projects and they can just pull them out and do it. But now they're getting up in years, so actually my youngest is going to middle, the other 2 are in high school, so we're not going to be doing too much project-based stuff, which comes to this. This is all craft supplies. They never used them last year, any of this. We did some clay stuff. William might still get into doing that for the summer. So I'm going to say, hey, here you go. I'm going to put it all in a box and say, this is your summer stuff. Whatever you don't use and play with, we're going to pass on. Here is more scrapbooking stuff. This is when Creative Memories went out of business. I really need to keep these pages. I do have empty books to use, so I am going to move them into my craft room, leave them out where I see them so that I will do them. Extra picture frames, I'm going to go through and decide what is good. You know, after time, these guys get ratty, and I know I have one client that has a ton of picture frames, and I mean a ton everywhere. You know, but they just don't, they get to wear, you know, here. Like, this isn't even nice enough to put out anymore, and to be honest, this is of my son, who is 16. He just turned 16. So I'll probably take that picture out and just scrapbook that in his album. And this frame is really yucky and beat up. I wouldn't even put it out anymore. So I might give that to Goodwill. So that's what I will do with these picture frames. I have no idea what's in this box, to be honest. Oh, this box is my dad's paperwork from when we had to move him from his home. Huge hoarder. Huge hoarder. That's going to be another video on how I tackled that mess. And that is what was left over. They were all the important pictures and papers and documents because he came from Germany, so, and he was in the army and in the service over there in Germany. So, you know, a lot of his pins and stuff, that's all in there. And maps. He liked to collect maps for whatever reason, so they're in there. So I'll probably scan most of that stuff and get rid of it because I'll scrapbook his documents. Down here is more games. I'm going to put the games in the kids' rooms. These were empty boxes because I thought the kids... Well, this isn't empty. What is in here? Oh, these were gifts that I bought for some money, so I guess I should send that out. This is empty because I kept boxes in case kids needed it for projects, but they haven't. It's been a year. These are old idea books, but I think I'm going to pass them on when I do my next workshop for anybody who wants to take them for free, scrapbooking idea books, because to be honest, I enjoy looking at stuff on Pinterest or online, and I'm very active with a card company right now, and so I get a lot of inspiration from them. I haven't looked at these things in quite a few years. I don't even know why I brought them here, but that's that. So this is office supplies. It can go in my office. I just bought a file cabinet. That can go in the garage because it's paint. This is an empty box. Like, we just collect stuff, and like, even as a home cleaner and an organizer, like, our lives get out of whack sometimes and we need to regroup. So, school supplies. These are all school supplies I kept. We haven't touched them in 2 years. Pipe cleaners. I'm not going to need pipe cleaners. So yeah, this is what my junk closet looks like. So that's what, now that I've looked at it, I've touched it, decided what was worth keeping, and now I have that mentally. You might want to write it down for yourself so that you have your plan in place, and then you can start to take it out and put them in the keep, the toss, or the donate piles. I've always heard from people, and I've made this practice: if you're going to donate it, bag it, box it, mark it, get it in the car, even if it's not that day, because if it sits around, something's going to happen to it, one, or you will shove it back in that closet because you decided you just didn't have time for it, because, you know, towards the end of this, it gets tiring. You're physically tired, and so, you know, you'll want to just kind of toss it back in there. I've done it. Okay, so that is what I'm working on. So this will probably take me, if I took the time to do it right now, it would probably take me 4 or 5 hours, just so that I'm sure I'm going through, you know, even though I could say this is that, and the other thing, I might want to go through it and decide. Like these pictures, I'm going to have to, these negatives, sorry, I'm going to have to research what a good company would be to get those scanned. This I'm definitely going to go ahead and box up and maybe take some pictures of it and put it online for sale. You know, so even though it's nice to say this goes here, that goes there, I know where I'm going to put this, I know what I'm going to do with it, this is the plan for this box. Individually, they will take some time. So I'm giving myself 5 hours, I think, and I'll probably take a break, so because it's getting to be lunchtime. And then I will snap pictures in the process or throw in an extra video on what it is during the process. And then if I shop for anything, I'm going to try not to, but I just might, because these things here, I've seen accessories where I can hang hangers on those, and so I might do some little basket stuff. So right now in my laundry room, I keep a lot of this stuff up there. That's my personal stuff. For my cleaning business, this room is a mess, don't mind me. I've been utilizing this, and this has been working out okay, but I decided to not buy so much stock anymore, and my wet kits will house these bottles, so they won't. So I'm gonna plan to get rid of this altogether and not use it. So that's the fire. The laundry room, And this is the fire for right now. This is what is driving me the most crazy. Even though it's not necessarily, well, the laundry room is a daily used thing, and so that's just making me insane. That needs to be, so what I did so far, because the kids would have laundry all over the floor in here, there's 3 hampers behind that door. One is for towels, one is for bedding, and one is for their, I used to have one for whites, one for darks, and one for towels. But I bought my kids their own hampers, and now they're going to do their own laundry during the week. So they each have a laundry day. So I do keep that 3rd hamper in there in case there's last minute, Mom, I need my uniform washed for tomorrow, because I don't want any excuses about not going to school. We already have issues about not going to school. You can check out that video. And I have to do an update on that one, actually. Yeah, there was a time where they didn't want to go to school and got Mom in trouble. Okay, so there it is. There's the mess. There's the mess. I don't mind sharing my mess. We all have messes. It's okay. It happens. And sometimes, you know, it doesn't hurt to hire somebody to come in and either one, do it for you, do it with you, or do it on their own. Those are the 3 plans that I offer. So I have a DIY, I have a virtual, and I also have hands-on. We'll come and help you do it and get it done and be accountable, and you'll love your space because it'll be simply clean and neat and nice and calm. And the goal is to calm this, get it down, so that you'll want to put stuff away, so that you know exactly where it goes, and you won't have all these fires. Unfortunately, this is a moving fire for me because I just kind of stuck it there. And I've been here a year and a half. It's time to deal with it. And now it's creating issues in my laundry room because I'm going to have to move some of that stuff. Actually, it actually flows out to the garage, not my laundry, but the cleaning supply stuff, and get it in here. So I hope you join me back and for the progress and the final results. I can't wait. Thanks for watching. Bye.